Hi, this is Fix My Fibro, and my name's Bernadette. So, today I want to talk about the hereditary nature of our illness. And you have to understand two things. One, MCAS, part of our illness for fibromyalgia, and then you also have the purinergic issue of processing purines. But both of those are genetically inherited, okay? And I think we have them right from birth, right for life, because I think we have lesser symptoms. I can think of symptoms and issues I had even as a child or when I was younger, before my disease actually got set off at the age of whatever, 29. It actually the issue is in part that genetics is a new science. I did genetics at university because I thought it was, wow, this is amazing. They've, discovered DNA. Now there's all these tests available. I can learn all about the structure of DNA and all about genes and how it ties into human health. Amazing. So genetics is a new science. So I went to uni, whatever, the late 80s, early 90s, giving away my age. Who cares? So it's a new science and we're still learning so much in the genetics front. It's not the be all and know all to answer everything, but it's interesting. So it's an interesting, we're having massive interesting developments in genetics. But the other aspect is MCAS, your mast cell activation syndrome, was only coined as a term in 2012. So it wasn't even recognized as a condition. And that actually, I'll do the next video, I'll do on why the MCAS diagnostic criteria is completely inappropriate based on that. So, but that's the next video. I'm going to finish off what I'm talking about families and hereditary. So it definitely got passed down genetically in your family. The thing is, your parents might have just called it arthritis. They might have just called it, oh yeah, the headaches and pains, or they didn't even talk about it. If it came through on your paternal side, on the male side, it might not have been so severe that you might have got it through your dad, but your dad might never, men don't always talk about their symptoms and their pain and things. So the symptoms were always there, but it's like, fibromyalgia is like the disease of 1,000 different hats. You can call it 10 different things or 100 or 1,000 different things because it's happening in all the cells of your body. It's affected by anywhere you've got your blood coursing, which is through your whole body to feed every single cell. So any cell of your body can potentially be having symptoms. So you can have a pain in your finger, and that can be an MCAS related inflammation because you've got some mast cell activation with the small artery into your finger. I remember one of my arteries actually burst in my finger when I was a teenager, and it was like excruciating pain, like excruciating. My whole finger swelled, went up, turned blue. And I just sat there and just kept holding it for like an hour and I didn't even tell anyone. It clotted, it healed over. Now, if that had happened in one of my arteries or an artery near the heart or something like that, I probably wouldn't be here right now. But these symptoms happen, and I think we have the MCAS and this purinergic condition our whole life, but the symptoms are much lesser until something activates our genetics to switch on the disease. And so that's known as an epigenetic change, a change based on the environment and what's going on that makes changes that then will be, either passed on or will persist in the organism, in the human body. So your illness, whether or not you know your family history, when I meet people that have fibromyalgics, and like I said, I meet them every day. It's so common. It's ridiculous. When I meet people with it, they'll always say, oh, yes, my aunt had it, or my this had it, or my that had it, Or, you always say, oh, who in your family's had something similar? And they can always identify that, like, whether it's come from the paternal or the maternal line. So it is hereditary. It is comes through families. It just hasn't been called fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is a new term. It only got coined in like the 80s, 1980s. So it's like a 50-year-old term. Like before that, what did they call it? Oh, you've got rheumatism. Oh, you've got, just arthritis. Like arthritis, there are thousands of types of arthritis. It's not any tissue that's being attacked by the autoimmune, by the body's immune system, whether it's attacking your cartilage, or whether it's attacking your joints, rheumatoid, osteo, whether it's attacking your bones, osteoarthritis, or, there are so many different forms of autoimmune arthritis. So, fibromyalgia is like the disease of a thousand names, because depending on where your symptoms are being recognized in your body is where you'll get a diagnosis for a particular condition, or possibly a misdiagnosis of a condition because your MCAS is not being recognized and being treated.